Hoodie gang, man. What it do, gang? You already know what time it is, man. We back in the spot and we not going nowhere, man. You feel me? We consistent all 2025, man. I've been dropping hella short form content, man. Y'all been rocking with me. So now it's time to get back on the long form, man. We got to keep this momentum rolling. You feel me? What better way than to start off with the NBA draft, bro? The NBA draft is coming up on Wednesday, June 25th. We ending it near the end. Currently, Game 7 hasn't been played yet of the NBA Finals, but Game 7 is tonight, bro. I'm recording this early in the morning. You feel me? But, hey, we got to get this content out. So, y'all be sure to check me out, man. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this NBA mock draft, man. We gonna talk about who should go where, their strengths, weaknesses, what they gonna bring to the team, where I think they gonna be on the team, if they gonna start, if they not gonna start. Man, we gonna talk about everything, bro. Feel me? We gonna talk about everything, man. I know y'all been missing me, bro, but let's get into it, bro.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. You already know what the fuck going on.
Better stand that shit.
Nigga, you already know what the fuck going on.
SOB, you better stand on business.
Yeah. 5. SOB shit, you already know what the fuck going on. Stand on that shit. Yeah.
Well, fuck it. I keep that camera rolling, bitch, so I can show you how to ball. Don't put no trust up in these niggas, slime you out behind that wall. They have a scale. Referee on every play, I make that call. Won't catch me loving.
What's goody, gang, man? Y'all know what time it is, man. We gonna keep it a bean, bro. We're gonna talk about who we like, what we like about them, what we don't like about them, where we think they should go, etc., man. So, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know, the Dallas Mavericks got the #1 pick in the draft. We don't know how, so let's put all the conspiracy theories to the side. We can save that for another video. Right now, we're gonna talk about Cooper Flag, bro. He's the obvious #1 pick, and pretty much he has been all season. As long as he stayed healthy and continued at his rate, he was going to be the #1 pick regardless. He averaged 18.9 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.3 blocks, 2 turnovers, 48.8% from the field, 36.8% from the 3-point, 59.6% true shooting percentage, as well as 83% from the free throw line. Now, hit all on 30 minutes. The boy is in the game from start to finish. He's literally everything you could want in a player. And he went to Duke, and I hate it. Y'all see the Carolina gear on, man, but we gon', again, that's for another conversation. But anyway, I mean, he's versatile. You feel me? He can pass, he can shoot, he can defend. He's a great playmaker. He's a great shot creator. He's a tough shot maker. He can get good dribble drive penetration, kickouts to his other teammates. He really draws attention when he's on the court just because he's so dynamic and he's so versatile in what he can do and what he can create on the ball and off the ball. So that's definitely a plus. That's definitely gonna have him thrive on Dallas. Now, where I think he could be weak at is, I feel like they're going to put him more in a bigger forward position, even though he's been playing more of the guard/forward position. He was one of the main ball handlers on Duke throughout the entire tournament, as well as the majority of the season. Now, they did have Con Knuppel, and we're going to talk about him in a second. They did have Con, and he was running the ball, you know what I'm saying, as the guard, but essentially the ball is in Cooper Flag's hands majority of the time. So, with that being said, I want to see how he plays more off the ball. We didn't get to see that as much. Now, of course, we do see it off-ball screens and him moving around the floor. He's a good backdoor cutter. But other than that, we don't see it as much because when Kyrie comes back, he's not going to be on the ball as much. But in the beginning, they may start that way simply because Kyrie's not going to be in. They do know he can handle the ball, and he's the first pick in the draft, bro. They're going to throw him to the wolves regardless on if he likes it or not. But I love him as the #1 pick. I'm low-key hating that Dallas gets that pick, but it is what it is. Where do I see him at? Predictions on his season. Now, do I think he's Rookie of the Year off the rip? Not necessarily. Only because he's going to have I'm not gonna call it competition for minutes, but really competition for scoring ability. You feel me? He's not gonna get enough production early on with a full healthy Dallas team because he's still gonna be a jit. Now, if he starts producing fast and it gets to a point where they need him in the starting lineup, then yeah, maybe. But as of right now, I don't see him really just coming in, averaging a dub, and really just taking off, you know what I'm saying, to the Wonderland. I really think it's gonna take some time. We may not see him really thrive and really start getting comfortable probably until around December. I really feel like the beginning of the season is going to be rough for him. It's going to be real rough. Now, next we got the number 2 team in the draft, which is currently the San Antonio Spurs. But because we own highly favored, you feel me, I got to keep it real with y'all. I don't think the Spurs are going to hold this pick. Why? Because the next most sought out player in the draft currently is Dylan Harper. He's currently a guard, and honestly, San Antonio just went and got their guard. They went and got De'Aaron Fox. They still have Chris Paul in that lingering phase right now, and they have Stephon Castle, which is a perfect secondary guard to come off the bench and or fill in that second guard position in the starting lineup. So you really wouldn't have no place for Dylan because he really needs to start. I ain't gonna lie. The boy is cold. You know what I'm saying? The boy is cold. So I think that because there's been a lot of KD talk going around, like I just previously talked about, KD has been leaning a lot towards San Antonio. What does San Antonio have right now? Collateral. You know what I'm saying? They got to give that collateral to Phoenix for Kevin Durant. Maybe throw in a couple extra picks. Boom, there you have it. So this is my prediction. The second pick of the NBA draft is going to be a trade from San Antonio to Phoenix for Kevin Durant, and then the Phoenix Suns are going to end up getting Dylan Harper. Now, y'all hearing it from me, you know what time it is. This hasn't came to me on nothing else other than my own personal analysis from what I've been seeing going on. Now, what I think Dylan Harper thrives in, and etc. etc. You feel me? Let's get into it. So first things first, we're going to talk about the boy's stats real quick because we can't shy away from that. So he averaged 19 points this year, 4.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, almost a whole block, 2.5 turnovers, 48.4% from the field, 33.3% from the 3-point line, 75% from the free throw line, 58.7% true shooting, and honestly, he's probably one of the most well-versed guards in the draft currently. Now, there are some guards that have some strengths and some weaknesses, and that can do this and that can do that, but literally he can do everything. He can dribble, he can pass, he can score, and he can shoot. Now, shooting from the long ball line is really more of, I feel like, could be an improvement in his game. If anything, he's not really, to me, he's not a sniper. You know what I'm saying? He's not a sniper, but he has a great mid-range, and he gets to the cup at free will. I love the way he plays on his off-ball hand, and he can get to basically whatever spot he wants as long as he doesn't take too much time. I love when he keeps it simple and just gets to where he needs to get to. Now, where I think he can improve at, again, like I said, is that long ball line. I don't really see him as being a fantastic shooter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can shoot the ball, don't get me wrong, but it's more so off of a rhythm shot, more so than it is catch and shoot. And he kind of gonna need to be a little bit more of a catch and shoot player. If he goes to Phoenix, Devin Booker is gonna have to put the ball a lot of the times for the scoring possessions. Now, when he drives, you know what I'm saying? When he drives and it's time to hit that kick out, that's where Dylan Harper is going to succeed at. Also, where I feel like he needs to improve at is just getting better at reading the floor. Of course, you're not going to have a lot to work with over there in Phoenix, so that's going to be hard. But I feel like as long as he can create opportunities and keep creating shots for himself, he'll be just fine. And I feel like he'll thrive over there. And him and Devin Booker can create a good little combo guard thing going on over there. You feel me? But I like Dylan Harper a lot. At first, I did think he was a little overhyped coming into college, but there was a lot of pressure on him and Ace Bailey over there at Rutgers, and we're gonna talk about Ace in a minute. But that's literally all they had was him and Ace. So I feel like some things that we're gonna see out of him are gonna be brand new because literally whenever they have a good game, it's good for them. Whenever they had a bad game, it's bad for them. So now more not more of the pressure, but kind of less pressure being on him. I would love to see him more of in a flow state and kind of just, you know, show the maturity in his game now. You feel me? Like you don't have to take multiple shots in a game. You feel me? You don't have to be so it doesn't have to be so fast paced. The game is a lot more slowed down in the NBA. So, you know, I'm interested to see how that works out for him. So definitely that's my pick though. Number 2 pick, trade San Antonio to Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So with the 3rd pick in the NBA draft, the 76ers, I think, will select VJ Edgecombe from the University of Baylor. You feel me? And I know this is probably going to get a lot of criticism for it because Ace Bailey has been projected to be the 3rd pick in the NBA draft. But Ace just turned down his workout with the 76ers, and I do think that's going to bump him down a few spots. Not a lot, but I definitely think it's going to bump him out of the top 5. So that's why I don't have him at number 3. So with that being said, let's get into who I do think is going to be number 3, VJ. So a little bit about VJ. He averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, almost a block, 2 turnovers, 43.6% from the field, 34% from the three-point line, 55% true shooting, and 78% from the free throw line. Now, I think personally why I put VJ in this spot is aside from Ace Bailey basically kind of, you know, seeming like he not really wanting to play for Philly, VJ fits in this spot perfectly. I do think he's going to come off the bench because they do have already have their guards over there in Philly with Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey. I do think that is going to work. But this is a great benefit coming off the bench. He is super explosive. I honestly think he's probably one of the most explosive guards in the draft. He's super explosive. He can shoot the ball decent enough to where coming off he can facilitate as well as create his own shot. And I like him on the defensive end. He's a little bit taller than Jared McCain, so being 6'5", I feel like he can play a little bit guard / wing defender. You know what I'm saying? As well as in a zone, you can definitely have him do that. He's very explosive. He's very athletic, and I just love his game. Now, I picked him number 3 too because of where I feel like he'll fit on the team. Coming in on that second unit, they don't really have good guard threats in the second unit. They don't have really nobody to facilitate. I feel like he can come in and be the facilitator as well as he can get his own shot and he can get to the cup at ease. So I love that, and he's great in transition, which is going to be good because they can play fast with switching it up with him, Maxey, McCain. You can give that different looks at different times. Hopefully they get a healthy Paul George back and a Joel Embiid, and I just think this could be a good benefit for them. Next, we got the number 4 pick in the draft, which is going to the Charlotte Hornets. So I think the Charlotte Hornets are going to do something. They're going to draft a player from Duke and or Carolina. The best available right now is Con Knuppel. I think that's how you say his name. Don't bash me if I'm saying it wrong. Not only can he be a good benefit to the team off the bench, I honestly kind of sort of like him in the starting lineup a little bit. He has a great back to the basket game. Great post game. His game is so simplified. He can shoot off the catch. He can shoot off the dribble. He can get to the cup. He has a decent free throw. So for Duke, of course, with Cooper Flagg having a lot of the focal point, Con being a good wing / guard / secondary person on that team really became a huge benefit for them later on in the season. At first he had a little trouble, But once him and Cooper found that mesh, things, I feel like it was smooth. He averaged 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Not really a good. He's not really a shot blocker, paint protector, things of that nature. He doesn't really turn the ball over as much either, which is another added benefit to his game. He's 6'7", which can make him very versatile in playing multiple positions. He's averaged 47.6% from the field, almost 40% from the three-point line, 90% from the free throw line, and had a 63% true shooting percentage. The boy got a clip on him. His game is very simplified, and I really think that he's one of those underrated players that could actually thrive in Charlotte as well and give them a little bit more depth on that team. They don't really have a lot of guaranteed shooters. If the ball is not in LaMelo hands, don't nobody know what's going on. Brandon Miller was an added benefit, but he got hurt, I believe, around middle of the season or right before middle of the season. So things are kind of still up in the air with what he's going to be when he's come back. So with that being said, you add Khan in. He's taller, so it gives you that size advantage that you want. And he can play a simplified game. You can put him on the wing or you can put him at the guard position coming off the bench. And I like that, bro. I like that a lot. I'm not mad at that at all. And I do see him moving up from where his original position was. Originally, ESPN had him around 8 to 10, around that range. And I honestly feel like he could move up simply because of just a domino effect from other people moving around and the draft not really going the way you think it's going to go, because it never really does. For the top 5 picks in the upcoming NBA draft, we have the number 5th pick going to the Utah Jazz, and I think they're going to pick Trey Johnson from the University of Texas. Listed at 6'6", he has a great wingspan. He averaged 20 points a game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, almost a steal. Not really a shot blocker or anything of that nature. 2 turnovers, 42.7% from the field, 39.7% from the 3-point, 87% from the free throw, and 55.7% true shooting percentage. And I honestly feel like he's one of the best shooters in this upcoming draft. He can shoot off the dribble. He can shoot off the catch. He's better off the catch on the wing, but he's great in transition off the shot. I'm talking about stop and pop. I feel like his biggest downfall is going to be defense and playmaking. He's not really a humongous playmaker. Texas did have a pretty stacked team, so it was easy for him to get off a lot of that. But I feel like his decision making is really going to be what's going to separate him in the league. Can he make the right decisions at the right times and really be a true guard as what he's coming in as? He's a little bit taller, so he's gonna have an advantage over the smaller guards. But when it comes down to putting that ball on the floor, you really got to know what you're doing, because everybody can defend in the league. Not everybody, but coming in, you really got to be modest and you really got to be humble. And I don't want anybody to come in thinking that it's sweet and you get it taken from you every single time, bro. We don't want that. I love Trey's game. I feel like he could be an added benefit to a team like Utah that don't really have a good establishment, but they're building a lot of younger players over there. And I don't know if they're going to make any moves with Max Kellerman or anything like that to LA. It's been a little bit of chirp going around, so we're going to keep our ears open for that. But as of right now, with the team currently constructed, if you add him either coming in the first unit or the second, I feel like it's definitely going to be an added benefit just from his shooting clip alone. I also think another downfall to Trey is going to be his ability to get to the cup. You don't really see him get a lot of paint buckets, but that's something that could be developed, and that's also could be something that was in Texas's game plan, which is really just to let him shoot and to just that's what you do. We need you to shoot that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely feeling like he can be a prominent player in this league, and I see a lot of potential coming from him as long as them things get applied. Defense though need to start with first. We need to know that he can defend and not turn the ball over as being the guard, whether it's going to be the point guard or the 2 guard, coming off of whatever set y'all going to be coming in. When the ball gets in your hands, the best thing you don't want to do and how you stay in the league long is not turning it over. You feel me? So with all that, man, those are my top 5 picks, and doing my own custom mock draft, man. Y'all let me know how I did. Like, sub to the channel. I am doing this early in the morning, so I'm a little fatigued, shall we say, and a lot of this was just on the fly, man. I don't have no script. I'm just kind of looking at a little bit of raw stats and things of that nature. So just trying to gather all my information, man, trying to give y'all the best version of what I think, how I think things are going to play out. If y'all want me to go into a little bit more detail on any player in particular, man, y'all let me know in the comments. If I should do 6 through 10 before Wednesday, y'all let me know and I'll get it out to y'all, man. I promise. But I love everybody who support me, man. I love everybody who stayed to the end, man. If you still here, like the video if you haven't, man. It's free. Sub to the channel, man. I love y'all. Feel me? We out, man.